Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room. We're still working on Strauss, going in reverse alphabetical order, but as you can see, the shelves are slowly filling. I'm so excited. We're actually starting to get somewhere, and we're in the home stretch with Strauss, the last 3 or so videos. And let's see what we have. Here is today's Strauss pile. Yes, most of these, as you can see, if you were really quick, were operas, including Der Rosenkavalier, the Haydn Staatskapelle Dresden, with Kiri Takanoa, Kurt Riddle, Anna Sophie von Otter, Franz Grundheber, Barbara Hendricks. It's really a very, very fine cast. Beautiful recordings, beautiful orchestral playing, and slightly snoozy conducting from Haydn, but not bad. Not bad at all. It's a lovely performance. So I'm glad I hung on to it. Not that I listened to it recently, but oh, look, 5 CDs. Lauren Maazel does Strauss. Now, he did tons of Strauss. He did Strauss for every label that he worked with, and he worked with all the labels. This is his RCA. Excuse me. My lungs are still a little clogged up from that flu thing I had. Okay, so we've got Bavarian Radio Symphony Orchestra on RCA. You get all the usual Strauss tone poems. Sinfonia Domestica, Death and Transfiguration, Zarathustra, Der Rosenkavalier Suite, Don Juan, Till Eulenspiegel, Heldenleben, and Alpine Symphony, Macbeth, Don Quixote, and the Romance for Cello and Orchestra, and the Sonata for Cello and Orchestra with Stephen Isserlis and Stephen Huff, piano. These are, well, it's Maazel. So what can you say? It's going to be precise. It's going to be accurate. It's going to have maybe some odd bits, and it does. Next. I mean, there's so much. Oh, look! Richard Strauss, orchestral works and concertos. Oh, God. Oh, God. So much. So much of the same stuff. It really is. It's starting to get me exhausted, because I don't know if Strauss sustains that much repetition. I really don't. I have to question that, but it's not going to stop me from collecting it or hanging on to it. 7 CDs. 7 CDs. You've got the Reiner, Zarathustra and Heldenleben, classics. The Cleveland and George Zell, Don Juan and Till Eulenspiegel. The Pierre Monteux, Death and Transfiguration with San Francisco. Oh, that's marvelous. The Rudolf Kempe, Metamorphosen with the Munich Philharmonic. Macbeth with Lauren Maazel. We just talked about, what's this one? Als Italien with the Staatskapelle Dresden and Fabio Luisi. Don Quixote with Lauren Maazel and Isserlis with the Cello Romance. The Burlesque with Martha Argerich and Claudio Abbado. That's fabulous. Oh my. The Sinfonia Domestica with the Chicago Symphony and Reiner, with the Bourgeois Gentilhomme Suite, which isn't quite complete. Remember that? But that's also Reiner. Alpine Symphony, again with Maazel. Not one of the best ones, but it's good enough. Salome, Dance of the Seven Veils with Reiner. Then you get the Oboe Concerto, the Duet Concertino, and the Horn Concerti 1 and 2. Number 1 with Zell, number 2 with Maida, and the Oboe Concertos with David Zinman, and the Duet Concertino for clarinet, harp, bassoon, strings, and harp, and strings, and bassoons, and things. It's with Esa-Pekka Saladin. This is one heck of a Strauss box. It really is. It's some pretty hot stuff. And then, in case you were missing David Zinman, here's all the David Zinman stuff, Strauss stuff. I've got all the same stuff. Oh, well, you do get the 4 last songs here, and the Paragon to the Sinfonia Domestica, and the Serenade in E flat. But otherwise, it's all the same stuff with the Tone Hollow Orchestra of Zurich, nicely performed, clean, well done. Strauss kind of plays himself, sort of, kind of. I mean, outstanding Strauss is always going to be rare, but the basic stuff really plays itself. Who's doing the 4 last songs here? I forgot. They were pretty good, as I recall. Do they tell us? Maybe they don't. Maybe they don't care. Wait a minute. They got to tell us who does the 4 last songs. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Disc 1, Disc 2, Disc 3, 4 last songs are with Melody Diener. Yeah, and she does a good job with them. She really does. I mean, this is such beautiful music anyway. So there we go. There's Zinman. And then we get Salome with Cheryl Studer and Sinopoli and Bryn Terfel and Leonie Rieseneck still as Herodias. She was really at the end of her career, but she was still a good Herodias. And Horst Heisterman as Herod. This is a really good Salome. Studer's terrific. She really is. I mean, no one gives her credit for it, but she did a very, very good job in Salome. You'd never think. But I wouldn't think, but I did think, and she did. Then we've got, oh yes. I've talked about these. I've done separate videos. I have extra copies because they're so wonderful. The Strauss Lieder with Soili Isakowski and various people, and Undine with Marek Janowski and Aku Kamu. These are great. These are two of the best Strauss recitals ever. You have one of the reference four last songs, and then on this one you've got the three hymns, which are just as gorgeous as the four last songs, and which we never hear. The singing is exquisite. You have orchestral songs, scenes from operas from Rosenkavalier and Capriccio, and Ariadne of Naxos, and boy, oh boy, this is hot stuff. This is worth keeping 2 copies of, these 2 discs. Let me pick these up here. Here we go. Le Bourgeois Gentilhomme Suite, the Divertimento, with Orpheus. Fabulous playing, as always. Clear, crisp, chambery, delicious, and wonderful in neoclassical repertoire. They have that snap, crackle, and pop that the music's supposed to have. It's like the Rice Krispies of music. And then we've got Norman Del Mar doing Zarathustra and various opera excerpts. Salome's Dance, Rosenkavalier orchestral excerpts, and the Fire Snot love scene. You know, Del Mar was a Strauss expert, as I've said before, and so I collect his Strauss, which is very, very sympathetic and well done. He wrote like books on Strauss and whatnot. Then we've got a bunch of operas. We have the Böhm Capriccio, which I already have somewhere here. I know I have more than one. Yes, there it is. Oh, well, I don't know why I have more than one. But this is with Gundula Janowitz and Fischer Dieskau and Peter Schreier and Hermann Pry and Tatiana Troyanos, and it's better than the Sawallisch on Capriccio with Schwarzkopf. I don't care what people say. This is the one to get. Glorious. Die Frauen Schatten with Böhm, cut to ribbons. Not as good as his Decca version. You have to have the Decca one, which is amazing. This is also a pretty, I mean, the singing is great. It's James King, Leonie Rieseneck, Ruth Hesse, Lotte Rieseneck, yes, the sister or daughter or something, Birgit Nielsen and Walter Berry. You know, it's all these, the Frau people, right? But it's really cut and it's live, isn't it? I think this was live. Yes, recording released in collaboration with some sort of TV, video, film, live recording, Wiener Staatsoper 1977. Get the Decca one. And Salome with Karl Böhm, with Gwyneth Jones, Richard Gazilli, Mignon Dunn, Fischer Dieskau, Wiesław Ochman. You know, Gwyneth Jones is okay. The video is better. The video is much better. It has Teresa Stratas. It's just terrific. Absolutely terrific. So there you have it, my friends. We're hanging out in the Overflow room with more Strauss, a bunch of operas this time. Next time, well, a bunch more operas, and then the grand finale. Well, we'll see how grand it turns out to be. Keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.